Hello and welcome. You're watching Times Now. I'm Meenakshi Upreti. Our top focus remains the shocker from the national capital. It's a rape which will not only shake your conscience but will also make you question if those sitting in power and responsible for your well-being can be trusted. A senior Delhi government officer has been booked on charges of raping his friend's minor daughter for several months at his house in Burari. Now, he allegedly also impregnated her, and as per the minor, his wife reportedly made her undergo an abortion by giving her pills at their home. This incident dates back to 2020 and 2021 when the girl's father passed away, and this Delhi bureaucrat, this Delhi Babu, who happens to be, believe it or not, an official in the Women and Child's Welfare Department, he took the girl to his home for reportedly care and support. But who knew that he would turn out to be a predator? Between 2020 and 2021, he allegedly raped and molested this minor girl several times, and those shocking revelations came to fore only last week when the minor was admitted to the hospital after she had bouts of anxiety. Now, after extensive counseling, she basically confided to her doctor and counselor about all these issues, about the abuse which reportedly had been going on for years. Now, as per top sources, police is likely to arrest the accused Delhi bureaucrat. Today itself, the Delhi Commission for Women has already taken cognizance. They have issued a notice to the Delhi police demanding immediate arrest of the accused.
There may be some procedural lapses because after death of the parents of the child, the officials take her home according to the media reports. What exactly happened, we need to collect the all information, then we will identify which provisions of which law has been violated, then we will take action accordingly.
And even leaders from across party lines have started demanding strict punishment for the accused bureaucrat in the case. Okay, we'll be playing out those reactions very shortly, but just talking about this incident, this is an extremely shocking incident which has come to fore from the national capital. A minor girl was repeatedly, allegedly raped by a senior official of the Delhi government. This official was working with the Delhi government's Women and Child Development Department. He was allegedly with his wife, in connivance with his wife. This minor girl was allegedly also administered abortion pills. That's exactly what the accused had said in the statement. This all information, of course, coming in from the sources. According to shocking details, really, which have now emerged in the case, this minor reportedly became pregnant after months of abuse. In fact, as the row over the same has escalated, the Delhi government has also suspended the accused officer. We also have a reaction coming in of Aam Aadmi Party Saurabh Bharadwaj. Let's listen in.
जो कृत्य सामने आया है, मुझे लगता है कि उससे घटिया और घिनौना काम कम सुनने में आता है। एक पिता के तौर पे एक मृत दोस्त की बेटी को घर लाना और उसके साथ ऐसा अत्याचार करना पूरी मानवता को शर्मसार करता है। ऐसे लोगों के ऊपर कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए और उनकी पत्नी जिन्होंने उनका साथ दिया, उनके ऊपर भी बराबर की कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए।
All right, that was a reaction coming in from the side of the Aam Aadmi Party, the Delhi government. The BJP has also reacted to the same. All the leaders across party lines demanding strict action. Listen in.
अपेक्षा करते हैं कि दिल्ली की पुलिस तुरंत उस पर सख्त से सख्त कार्रवाई करेगी और जो भी कानून की धाराएं दफा बन सकती हैं उनके अंतर्गत उसको बुक करेगी।
निंदनीय घटना है। बहुत जल्द मैं लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर साहब से गुजारिश करूंगा इसको तुरंत से तुरंत उस अधिकारी को बर्खास्त करें। कमिश्नर साहब से, दिल्ली पुलिस के कमिश्नर से दरखास्त है कि पॉक्सो एक्ट के तहत तो हो गया है, लेकिन उनके खिलाफ जल्द से जल्द चार्जशीट दाखिल हो और कोर्ट से भी गुजारिश है कि फास्ट ट्रैक कोर्ट के साथ के होने के बाद फास्ट ट्रैक कोर्ट में हो और इसको जल्द से जल्द बच्ची को न्याय मिले और जो कल्प्रिट है उसको सख्त से सख्त सजा मिले। इस पे कोई माफी की
Actually, a functionary in what seems to be the Women and Child Development Ministry of Delhi government And therefore, one expects that the Delhi government and the concerned minister or the Delhi Commission of Women, why aren't they immediately speaking on it or taking action on this? Because the story in itself demands action. And further, if it is associated with the minister or the minister's office in Delhi government, it demands even further action. So I'm sure and I expect that there should be action against anyone who's guilty of rape.
All right, we're also being joined by my colleague Bhavtosh. She's bringing us the latest as far as the investigation are concerned. Also joining us is Bhagyashree Saini, women and child rights activist. Also with us is Shilpi Jain, lawyer of the Supreme Court. I'll go to Bhavtosh first. Bhavtosh, give us the latest update. What is it that you're picking up from your police sources? Earlier you got us that mega exclusive that arrest in the case is likely shortly.
Yes, Meenakshi, in fact, the arrest is imminent. The question before the police is whether to arrest the accused wife, because they, in fact, their investigation revealed that she was very much aware of the crime, and she, in fact, was, accomplice when the minor was pregnant, and she was, in fact, forced to abort the child. The fact that she was brutally assaulted over a period of 2 years and 10 months, and that she, in fact, never informed the police, that is also an offense under the various sections of IPC and rape law. That's what the police have said. The police are just waiting for the survivor to record her statement before a judicial magistrate before they take the next step. The local police have already briefed the top brass of the Delhi police, and the top brass of the Delhi police have said that strictest action should be taken against the government official. The fact that he is attached with the women child department of the Delhi government only compounds to this horrific and macabre crime. The police on their part have said that she, in fact, was admitted to a hospital after she suffered an anxiety attack, and she narrated the sequence of event to the doctors. Doctors, in turn, informed the police, and that's how the police came to know of this crime. The police have also said that they, in fact, are aware of the fact that Delhi government has suspended the government official, but the police are, in fact, are taking due diligence and due precaution while investigating this case. But they have said that it's just a matter of few more hours before the accused in this case is arrested.
All right, so an arrest expected shortly. Bhavtosh, stay with us. We're also being joined by Mohit Om. Mohit Om, I believe, is present outside the house of this errant official. Mohit, coming to you, क्या जानकारी आप हमें दे सकते हैं? आप मौजूद हैं ये ऑफिशियल के घर के बाहर से खबरें आ रही हैं कि दिल्ली पुलिस की टुकड़ी भी वहां मौजूद है. किस तरह की इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रही है ऑन ग्राउंड?
बिल्कुल, देखिए, थोड़ी देर पहले जो डिप्टी डायरेक्टर हैं, इनके घर पे पुलिस आई थी. बुराड़ी में इनका ये घर है, और इसी घर में जो अपर ग्राउंड पे फ्लोर है, इसी फ्लोर पर पुलिस पहुंची थी. हालांकि वो अपने घर के अंदर मौजूद नहीं है, सिर्फ एक हाउसमेड उनके घर के अंदर मौजूद है जिसने दरवाजा नहीं खोला, लेकिन पुलिस यहाँ से अब वापस जा चुकी है. तो उसके बाद DCW की टीम यहाँ पर पहुंची थी, जिसने बात करने की कोशिश की उनकी मेड से. हालांकि वहां से उनको भी कोई रिप्लाई नहीं मिला, और मेड यहाँ से जा चुकी है. लेकिन जिस तरीके से पुलिस का बयान सामने आया है, पुलिस का कहना है कि जो विक्टिम है उसका भी 164 की स्टेटमेंट जो है वो कोर्ट के अंदर रिकॉर्ड की जा रही है, और वहां पे जो जितने बयान है जो कंप्लेंट में दिए गए हैं, अगर वो बयान से मैच किए जाते हैं तो उसके बाद अरेस्टिंग की जाएगी. जो आरोपी हैं, इससे पुलिस का कहना है कि एक बार पूछताछ हो चुकी है. हालांकि अभी उनको ना हिरासत में लिया गया और ना भी गिरफ्तारी, लेकिन गिरफ्तारी के बाद दिल्ली पुलिस कह रही है. और कुछ देर पहले दिल्ली पुलिस जो है वो इस घर में पहुंची थी. मैं आपको फिर दिखाऊं, जब बुराड़ी का ये एरिया है जहां पे अपर ग्राउंड का जो फ्लैट है, इस फ्लैट के अंदर डिप्टी डायरेक्टर अपनी फैमिली के साथ रहते हैं, और यहीं पर इसी जगह को क्राइम सीन कंप्लेंट के अंदर बताया गया है विक्टिम ने कि वो यहां पर जब अक्टूबर एंड में यहां पर आई थी कि उसके फादर की डेथ हो गई थी. फादर के जो डिप्टी डायरेक्टर फ्रेंड हैं, वो एक गार्जियन की तरीके से यहां पे उसको लेकर आए थे, और वो जब रह रही थी उसी दौरान 3 महीने तक उसके साथ लगातार शारीरिक शोषण किया गया है. और ये कंप्लेंट जब पुलिस के पास पहुंची है तो पुलिस ने पॉक्सो के तहत FIR दर्ज की है. और विक्टिम ने जो सबसे बड़ा आरोप लगाया कि उस दौरान उसकी प्रेगनेंसी भी हुई थी, और जो डिप्टी डायरेक्टर है उन्होंने अपनी वाइफ और अपने बेटे के साथ मिलकर उसका अबॉर्शन करवाया था. यानी काफी जो सीरियस चार्जेस जो डिप्टी डायरेक्टर के अगेंस्ट लगे हैं. अब फिलहाल यहाँ पे पुलिस की टीम अभी आई थी, अब पूछताछ लगातार की जानी है. 164 के बयान जो हैं वो विक्टिम के कोर्ट के अंदर रजिस्टर्ड हो रहे हैं, और उसके बाद जिनकी अरेस्टिंग होना तय है. जी
All right, stay with us. We're also being joined by Bhagyashree Saini, women and child right activist. Also joining us is Shilpi Jain, lawyer of the Supreme Court. Bhagyashree, I'll come to you first. Extremely horrific incident taking place in the national capital, disturbing really to say the least. Would you say that, what compounds it further, what makes it much worse is the fact that this official, senior bureaucrat was attached to the Women's and Child Development wing of the Delhi government, a wing which is supposed to take care, which is supposed to ensure really, the protection of our rights?
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई जस्ट वांट टू से कि कितना शेमफुल एक्ट है कि इतने बड़े पद पे बैठे हुए वो लोग ये सब हरकतें कर रहे हैं। लेकिन अगर हम लोग रेप की घटनाओं को देखें, नहीं सिर्फ इसी घटना को नहीं, हमारे देश में जितनी भी घटनाएं होती हैं, तो मुझे तो लगता है कि एज अ सोसाइटी हम लोग फेल हो गए जहां से हम लोग वैल्यूज लेते हैं। एज अ लॉ एंड ऑर्डर हम लोग फेल हो गए क्योंकि हम लोगों ने इतने स्ट्रिक्ट लॉज बनाए, फिर भी लोगों में फियर नहीं है, रिस्पेक्ट नहीं है लॉज का। एज अ पेरेंट्स हम लोग फेल हो गए कि जो भी व्यक्ति कर रहा है, चाहे वो किसी भी एज का है, वो माइनर है या वो एडल्ट है, वो फैमिली वैल्यूज जो उसने दिए हैं और वो बाद में ये सब हरकतें कर रहा है। तो मुझे लगता है कि एज अ गवर्नमेंट हम लोग फेल हो गए कि हम लोग में वो फियर नहीं बढ़ा पाए। तो सभी लेवल पे ये फेलियर है। और सबसे बड़ी बात, ये माइंडसेट कहां से आता है कि नोबडी इज गोइंग टू बॉदर अस। हम लोग कुछ भी करेंगे लेकिन हमें कोई
absolutely, that's what makes it even more disturbing. We have many reactions coming in. Let's listen into those and then of course I'll come back to you.
ये बहुत ही सीरियस एलिगेशन है और हमने दिल्ली पुलिस को नोटिस इशू करा है क्योंकि मैं जानना चाहती हूं कि अभी तक ये आदमी अरेस्ट क्यों नहीं हुआ। दूसरा, हम सरकार को भी नोटिस इशू कर रहे हैं क्योंकि ये आदमी WCD मिनिस्ट्री में कार्यरत था और कई सालों से, दशकों से कार्यरत है। तो हम समझना चाहते हैं कि अभी तक इसके खिलाफ क्या क्या कंप्लेंट्स आई थी और उनके ऊपर क्या क्या एक्शन हुआ। और हम ये चाहते हैं कि इस आदमी को तुरंत सस्पेंड कर देना चाहिए और बहुत ही सीरियस इंक्वायरी बैठनी चाहिए। और अगर ये हाल रहेगा कि जो रक्षक है वही भक्षक बन जाएंगे।
In the Ministry of Women and Child Welfare has done this. He has the audacity to repeatedly raped this girl for several days.
Okay, ma'am, apologies. I have to interrupt you. The DGP of the Delhi Police also speaking to my colleague Priyank. Listen in.
The trap of these individuals because she was living somewhere else. What was the last time when she, started living?
Both the families, they are staying in Burari. They used to go to the local church in the same commune they belong to, and from there they became close family friends. It was in the month of October 2020 when the victim's father, he passed away, and then due to the remorse and the gloomy situation in the family, her mother thought that she would be better fit to be there in the family friend's place. They were in full confidence, but then this local guardian, he committed wrong act.
So is he the OSD with the minister's office or was he the OSD earlier? So far he is the deputy director in the Women Child Development.
This is under investigation. As of now, he is found to be currently present as deputy director in the Ministry of Women and Child Development in Government of Delhi.
So according to sections of POXO, both husband and wife, both of them will be liable and punishable under the same sections?
So we are taking the magistrate's statement. According to that, we will help the culpability as far as investigation is concerned.
Shall we hope that the accused will be arrested very soon?
Yes, we are on it.
So they heard the DCP of North, who's clearly stating that what was the section and how the accused will be arrested as soon as possible. Priyank Tripathi reporting for
Priyank, thank you for bringing us that exclusive. Shilpi Jain, lawyer, still live with us. Yes, Shilpi, you heard what the police official had to say. As a lawyer of the Supreme Court, legal luminary yourself, what action do you think can follow next?
This man was raping a minor for 3 years in bright daylight.
Okay, Shilpi, apologies. I have to interrupt you again. We also have an exclusive of Swati Maliwal. I'll come back to you.
Raping a minor. First response of yours, ma'am, and what kind of action you are demanding regarding this matter?
I think it's a very scary case. This person has been appointed in the WCD ministry as deputy director and he's been there for several decades. So if an allegation as serious as this has been put on him, that a 16-year-old girl was raped by him repeatedly, and when the girl's mother tried to intervene and tried to ask for help, no help was
given, and in fact the girl, when she got pregnant, her baby was also aborted by this man and his wife. I think these are very serious allegations. My notice has been issued to the Delhi police because I wish to understand as to why is it that no arrests were made in the case. I also am issuing notices to the government because we need to understand as to what kind of sensitive posts was he posted on over these decades of his service, and what action has been taken on any complaint that was received previously. And I think all those complaints need to be seen in a new light, and they need to be reopened and re-examined. It's a very scary case because Women and Child Development Ministry, how is it that a person who has a rapist mindset is actually been posted there? I think investigation also needs to be done as to what kind of background checks are done before any officer is posted in such sensitive posts, especially if the officer is a male. And ma'am, when did you get this information first hand?
So I got to know about the case through the press, and we are acting on it. We have issued notices, as well as I'm trying to meet the survivor. And I think that the first and foremost thing that the Delhi police should answer is why the arrests have not been made, because I think that this is a pattern with the police. Whenever an officer or whenever an MP is concerned, whenever anybody in power, because obviously this person is powerful, he's been working in the WCD ministry for decades, so there are relationships that are developed. And why is it that no arrests were done? Similarly, when Brij Bhushan Singh, there was an POCSO FIR against him, no arrests were done by the Delhi police. So why does Delhi police have double standards for people in power, and when any other person, an FIR is registered in the case of POCSO, that person is immediately arrested? So I think this kind of a double standard should not be there. I think action needs to be taken against this man. The strongest action has to be taken against this man, and the Delhi Commission for Women is trying to help the survivor.
Ma'am, will you also meet this girl?
Of course. I have to meet the girl, and I will be meeting her. And we are in the process. I would like to also investigate, because there are certain media houses that are making an allegation that the girl was pressurized into not giving any further statements. I think that's a very serious allegation, and once I meet her, if I find anything like that, we will be taking strong action.
And ma'am, do you think that investigation should also be done regarding the role of the wife of the accused as well, because certain allegations are also being leveled against her?
Absolutely. I think she needs to be investigated, and just because a woman is involved doesn't mean that she is clean. She needs to be investigated, and proper action as per law has to be taken against her.
Ma'am, one last question I would like to ask. According to you, is there any law that custody is being given to that person, the senior government official of Delhi, as that girl was a minor? And do you think that any law has been violated regarding this entire matter?
So I'm not aware, because I'll first meet the survivor as well as her mother and try and understand what had happened. But it happens many times, because these were family friends, and many times when family friends.
So that was, of course, Swati Maliwal. We also have Rekha Sharma on the phone line with us. Afternoon, ma'am. Thank you for joining us on Times Now. What do you, ma'am, have to say about this horrific incident which has taken place in the national capital?
It's a shocking incident where the person who is in charge of WCD is supposed to save the girl, and he is been raping this girl from last 2 years. Horrific incident. We have taken cognizance, and he was from Delhi government, and I've heard, and I'm just reading that he was shielded by the Delhi government. That too is shocking. And he was working, I believe, with the WCD, Delhi government, and DCW also. So the person who was just speaking on your channel was well aware of that person, and she knows. Why didn't she take care of that girl? Why she was handed over to that person without any legal procedure? Why that person was taking care of, supposed to take care of that girl? He wasn't taking. And why the WCD of Delhi government didn't know that illegally he was keeping that girl and abusing her physically?
And that's a big allegation and big charge which you're making, ma'am, as well. Where do you think really the buck stops? Because, you mentioned the DCW chief. The DCW as of now has issued a notice to the Delhi police.
No, that is there all the time. She does nothing except pointing out fingers at Delhi police. There are some, I think she has to do something about it. because she doesn't do anything except noticing to the sending notice to the Delhi police. What is her role? She should resign if there is no role for her. If she only has to write letter to the officials and the police, and there is no role for her, she should have been resigned by now, because she can't do anything except writing letters to the Delhi police.
Okay. All right. So you are alleging politicization also in the case, ma'am. That's a big allegation as far as the NCW is concerned. NCW chief saying that they have taken cognizance. Thank you for joining us on the broadcast. I'm going to go back to my guest, Shilpi Jain, lawyer from the Supreme Court, is still with us. Yes, Shilpi, coming back to you. Apologies, I had to interrupt you earlier. What action do you think can take place next?
This is a case where, by the very facts that are unfolding, I think the Chief Minister must take it under his supervision. He must be in direct control of the investigation. Unless it is done under his supervision, we will just hear a cock and bull story, one authority blaming the other. Now, the biggest problem in rape cases, while laws have failed to become deterrent, now it's been more than a decade since Nirbhay. In 2013, the entire criminal law with regard to sexual assaults was amended. And at that time, in several debates and in articles in newspapers, I had written that it's a knee-jerk reaction. It will bring no change on the ground till we change the implementation of the law. Why law is not a deterrent? Because we still don't have a time-bound conviction. I was representing a German victim in 2006 in Alwar, where the accused was son of a DGP. We got the conviction in 11 days. Because the government was interested in getting the conviction. When the authorities are interested and take care and make sure that, this case is serious, they can get conviction.
Okay, point taken. So you're saying, of course, time-bound action, the need of the hour. Stay with us, ma'am. Bhavtosh is also live with us. Bhavtosh, what is it that you're picking up from your sources in the police, the sections which have been invoked against the officer and also his wife?
Well, as far as the case is concerned, remember, Meenakshi, the case was filed on 13th of August, and today is 21st of August. There is, in fact, 8 days of delay on the part of the police when it comes to arresting the accused in this case. And in 8 days, the police ideally should have recorded the statement of the survivor in this case. It's only when the matter has been highlighted by the media that the police have now said that they will record that the survivor in this case is recording a statement before the judicial magistrate. It's also very depressing to see and distressing to see that NCW is blaming the DCW, and DCW is saying that they have sought a report from the Delhi police. And this generally happens in Delhi because everyone can easily pass the buck at each other, because there is no centralized authority as far as Delhi is concerned. The fact that NCW is blaming DCW, it's very easy for them to blame DCW, and DCW has now asked a report from Delhi police because Delhi police reports to the Ministry of Home Affairs. The fact is that the accused in this case could have been arrested on 13th of August when the FIR in this case was filed. The accused was not arrested, and there is a considerable delay of 8 days as far as this case is concerned. The sections that the police had used on 13th of August warranted the arrest of the accused on the day one itself when the police had filed the FIR, but no answers from Delhi police why there has been a delay of nearly a week when the FIR was filed, because POCSO, under which the case has been filed, would have led to an arrest as far as this case is concerned.
Well, absolutely. Why the delay of 8 days? Bhagyashree Saini, women and child rights activist. Ma'am, would you like to come in here?
यस यस मैं एक चीज कहना चाहूंगी कि अगर रेप जैसी चीजों को हमें रोकना है तो सभी स्टेक होल्डर्स को काम करना पड़ेगा. अगर इसी केस में हम लोग देखें तो ए वुमेन इज सपोर्टिंग इन दिस थिंग, फर्स्ट थिंग. सेकंड थिंग, एक व्यक्ति जो इतने बड़ी पोजीशन पे बैठा हुआ है वुमेन एंड चाइल्ड राइट्स में, वो क्या दूसरी महिलाओं को समझ पाएगा जब वो खुद ऐसी मेंटालिटी लेके बैठा है. एंड थर्ड थिंग, कि जैसा कहा जा रहा है कि उसको अरेस्ट नहीं किया जा रहा है, तो इस चीज में अगर हम लोग देख सकते हैं तो हम देख रहे हैं कि सोसाइटी का क्या रोल है. लॉ एंड ऑर्डर इज नॉट एक्टिव, प्रोएक्टिव तरीके से काम नहीं किया जा रहा है. तो अगर हमें रेप जैसी घटनाओं को रोकना है तो सभी स्टेक होल्डर्स को काम करना पड़ेगा, वेदर वो सोसाइटी हो, वेदर वो लॉ एंड ऑर्डर हो, वेदर वो गवर्नमेंट हो, वेदर वो फैमिली हो.
All right, point taken. Of course, there are many unanswered questions as far as the arrest is concerned. Was there a delay? If there was, why was not action taken right at the time when the FIR was filed? I thank all of you for joining us on the broadcast.